Alright, in Nova Drift. I'm losing my voice because I was looking at the Steam sale for too long and talking about it, but now here we are and we're going to shoot some things, then I'm going to die. What kind of build do we even want to go with? Heck if I know, I'm just gonna pick salvo. Because it's right here and salvo's kind of fun. I forgot I don't have charge shot. So I stop between firing, that's what it is. It's been a little while since I've played, all of these. Oh, there's some EXP on the side that I didn't grab, whatever. It's fine. What do we want to grab? I know amp is an option, but it's a little risky. I want something with a decent amount of durability and a short cooldown. Warp is not terrible, but it's kind of confusing. I'm gonna go with it anyway. Just because. So, I had a question in the peanut gallery right before we started recording this. Namely, how do you find whoop, 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 I didn't die. Well, the black holes don't actually kill. Whoop, no. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Finding new friends to game with. That's a question. I don't know if I'm actually, I don't think I'm necessarily a good person to ask this question because, oh, interesting, missiles cap out at 20 now, I think. Oh no, it doesn't. It just slows down. I guess it was just slow for a while. Let's not be there. Let's be up here. But yeah, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say limited in the friends that I play with. For the most part, almost everybody I generally play games with are either fans of mine or are professional friends that I've met through streaming. So I guess on a personal level, my recommendation would be streaming, but I don't think that's necessarily good advice. Begin to cloak when you're not firing your weapon, or whoa. Let's go Spectre. I don't think I've ever done Spectre with the missiles. Oh, that didn't work. Let's just grab these. I'm just gonna waste some missiles for a bit. Yeah, Spectre is one of the new bodies that I never really engaged with because it wasn't available. Let's see, do we want to grab Volley? Actually, yes. Spectre is one of the ones that I hadn't ever messed with because it was added more or less after I stopped playing. Because I haven't exactly put a whole lot of time into Nova Drift in quite a while. Enemies 2.0 and whatever the couple of patches before it are effectively black boxes to me. Anyway, so we're kind of sort of trying to talk about making new friends on the internet, which frankly I think there's whoops, well, that's fine. I think there's actually quite a lot of different answers to this. From my perspective, it's find streamer friends that are doing similar things to me and befriend them because it's kind of more fun. And I think I need to actually go out of my way to make some more streamer friends. Even just to kind of chat with. And share tips and whatnot, just because I think that's valuable. But even beyond that, more generalized advice that I've seen that has worked. I mean, honestly, one of them is actually find a commonality. So, you know, if you like X or Y game, let's grab Spontaneous Generation, because that one's solid no matter what. I wonder if Spectre actually works really well with drones. I wonder if you can be a Spectre with drones and it doesn't actually hold you back. That's a question. So yeah, find an LFG server. MMOs are a good way of doing it, kind of, because a lot of MMO fans still game other games. So I remember being in like a World of Warcraft server and making friends with some of the guys, and we'd play other things too. It was mostly World of Warcraft, but we played like a little bit of other things here and there. This is back when indie games were less common. Most multiplayer games were first-person shooters, which was less fun. But still. Let's see. What else is there? I mean, obviously, LFG servers, it works really well if everybody is kind of looking for the same thing. So if you want to find a bunch of people to play, like, Deep Rock Galactic with, well, I mean, the Deep Rock Galactic server is probably a good place to start looking, purely from the perspective of, like, well, I mean, chances are you're going to find people that want to play Deep Rock Galactic with you. I can't speak to the quality, which is the one thing. Do I want to try Death Blossom? Could be interesting. I don't roll it often because I don't think it's that good, but I can see it being decent on this character. Whoops. Rude. Let's see. Ooh. Discord. Interesting, they'll still attack. That's kind of fun. So... my Orbs of Discord. Whoops. Ooh. That's kind of neat. Okay, let's get in here. And then absolutely just unload on this guy. Damn it. Messed that one up. Super messed that one up. It's fine. I bounced off of him. And... you know, back through the, and warps back through. It's fine. This will be a slow experience, but at least I can play kind of safely. Let's see, what are some other examples? I mean, if you're looking for, like, Dungeons and Dragons, for example, I've heard very good things, sometimes kind of mixed things about, stuff like Adventurers League. I've got a friend in another state who started doing Adventurers League stuff with just like some randos, and apparently that was such a positive experience that she was honestly heartbroken when the group decided to go their own separate ways because she wanted to play D&D that much. I'm actively going to try and recruit her for D&D, kind of on the side. I don't think we'll record it. Let's grab Obsession. I don't think we want to use, I don't think we want to do Obsession that hard yet, but I always like having access to it. Upgrade economy is very important to me. Okay. Just kind of try and scoot through. I gotta hit those vulnerable bits. That really does hurt this guy. It's just... Salvo is a very slow and methodical build. Until it's not, and then it becomes absurd. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And then we get a bunch of these little doodads. I'm curious about double tap. I have no idea what it does with these missiles, and I'm afraid to find out, and I'm going to do it anyway, because I'm going to kill myself one way or another. Oh, it just, like, doesn't do anything. Rad. Because, yeah, extra fire rate is really important on this ship. Its biggest issue is attack speed governs how quickly you reload missiles, and if your attack speed is low, which mine has been, you don't generate a whole lot of missiles very quickly. However, burst fire has no consequences for salvo and tons of benefits, so I can pretty much just dump missiles really quickly if I get a lot of those. That's a lot of missiles. Well, it is literally called salvo for a reason. Right. I should be stealthed up here. Just have him be confused. Let's see. Double tap and burst fire have... yeah, don't do anything as far as how salvo shoots. Yeah. Is this worth it? Base damage for weapons that hit. I think we probably want to grab Barrage. Let's see. There we go. I really like salvo. It's one of those, like, kind of weird runs that I don't do that often, but boy is it fun when I do it. Okay, Spectre is really cool. I think this might actually, quickly become one of my favorite potential ships. that actually doesn't do a whole lot of damage, does it? And yeah, I can just stay super sneaky while I'm waiting for everything to respawn or reload. Wow, that was convenient. Hurts a bit, but whatever. Polar inversion. I'm curious about what that would do. There's Splinter. It does reduce my rate of fire, but it gets really nutty. I think I have to. Because watch this. Missiles! And then the missiles that hit then spawn other missiles that then spiral out into other ships. It gets silly strong. Okay, I have to not be here. And I made it out. And it worked fine. Give me all that sweet EXP. Perfect. Let's see. Revelation. Next recursive wild mod is gained an additional 2 times. Well, I just have to pick that up. There's no way I'm skipping that. Really? Another one of these guys? Huh. I think my only immediate disappointment is that Comet spam didn't actually slam into him. Scorching Wake would be hilarious, but probably not that good for me. I wonder if Ally would be any good. I'm gonna grab Ally. It's a little, like down the rabbit hole. But I can see allies that shoot salvo, especially while I'm stealthing. I could see that being incredibly solid. I really got to get some burst damage going up in here. Okay. Spectre is real fun. Because yeah, you can 100% just kind of cheese it in the best possible way. Oops. Wait a little bit. There we go. Like the little friendships. Multi-spontaneous generation would be hilarious. Let's see. Priority 0. I mean, some of these would be nice, but let's go absorption. Because we want to get Rancor. Rancor means hyper missiles. Okay, do I get little friendships off of those guys? I do not. That's a shame. Wow. And the higher level I get, the quicker I stealth. Which means they're actually going to be going for my allies more than they're going to be going for me. Which is a weird duck thing to do, but it's not terrible. So Elegant Construction does give me the ability to work with that. I think I'm just going to grab Mastery for the time being. Let's just not be there. Okay, let's just be there. Okay. Can't do that. As much as I'd like to be full stealth here, it doesn't work so hot. There we go. Does not work so hot when you're getting pulled into a black hole. But that's okay. So... this is the cheesiest. I love it. Because, yeah, they only kind of know where I am. Let's see. I think I get a whole lot of EXP off of the asteroids, unfortunately. That's fine. Other big kind of secret benefit to this, I bet if I picked up a bunch of slowdown perks, I could just stay permanently invisible while moving. I know Rancor and charge attacks are gonna get really, really stupid with this. And I haven't even really invested too hard into damage at the moment. Do we probably want to grab guidance? We also kind of want to grab this. We want to grab a lot of these. I'm gonna do double base projectiles because that increases the tick rate in which we generate missiles. Really gotta reduce my spread here. And yeah, my damage is shockingly solid. The amount of missiles I'm putting out. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. This is why Nova Drift is king. Like, I don't want to say it's like a great crime that Vampire Survivors is the popular one, but it's always such a shame that, you know, here's something with a lot of really genius ideas that only, you know, so many people know about. I want more people to play this game. It is that good. Scorching Wake is really tempting whenever it goes by, but I want to grab Burst Fire because we want Focus Fire. Bad. It's also, yeah, this is an utterly gorgeous game. May have to get this. It's if I remember right, it's $8 on the Steam sale. Like, this is very much budget banger territories at this point. The amount of there are a few games that like truly, I don't want to say like truly give back. What the hell was that? Ow. It's fine. Holy shit, salvo did something. It did a lot of something. What if I created beauty? This isn't even my final form. We haven't even gotten charge shot yet. I should work. Oh, there it is. Yeah, because charge shot also gives us access to Rancor, which is also going to be really solid in this. Anyway, so the one problem is I'm not invisible while I'm charging. That's a bit of a downer, but it's still fine. The missiles. I'm not invisible while I'm charging, but I don't want to say it doesn't matter. Because I can still go invisible for quite a, like pretty much the entire reload moment. I don't know. It's great. And we still haven't invested that hard into our damage. It's purely just volume that's carrying us at the moment. Okay, do we want to grab butt shot? It's kind of tempting. I might want to grab force armor just to give myself even more durability. Because we are going to take some hits here. Ow. There is just no survivors. I guess I have been investing hard into DPS, just not flat damage. Like, we haven't started messing around with, explosion, or not explosion damage, blast damage yet. Okay, grab that. And then just delete this guy as we charge through him. Let's see, Super Mod Rancor is kind of amazing, +1 plating, max hull weapon damage, but the entire point of this... Oh, charge bonus from Rancor falls off over time. Whatever. While charging your weapon, damage dealt to you or your shield increases the charge. So, effectively, I'm even slower while I'm charging, But if he hits me, like, at all as kind of part of this, and I probably will take a hit or two, maybe? Maybe not. Whatever. Yeah, there's some. Ooh. It scales my damage harder. Like, it's effectively supercharge. See if I can get both. I guess if I move back. I'm terrified of where I'm currently standing. I definitely froze there a little bit. Would Screen Loop combo be good for this? Kind of. Warp Strike is interesting and I probably should give it a shot. My one problem with Warp Strike a little bit is that there's a decent element of, like, potentially hurting myself on it, which I'm not the most comfortable with. Just because oftentimes stuff like that ends up just getting me killed. But I also have not picked up Warp Strike since it got nerfed. So maybe today is the day we give it a shot and see how nutty it is. I thought it was based on, like, you take damage when your shots warp. But I think it's actually based on when you warp, which actually feels a little bit more viable. Okay. Masochism. Oh boy. I mean, like, not actually terrible. I would take 12% extra damage from all enemies, which is a little spooky, but could be really good. Anyway, we want to grab just blast radius, because making the missiles have bigger boom could get really wild. I think the one thing I will say over Warp Strike is guidance. Because, yeah, a lot of my shots get lost to the void, but I feel like a lot of that is just because they've already killed most enemies. Because they do tend to actually rip back around and hit what I'm aiming for. So I'm not entirely sure it's that necessary. Ooh. I actually took out my shields. I guess we haven't really invested hard into my shields, just in general. Which is probably part of it. Oh boy. Damn. Which, speaking of, lost my shields. Died for it. Damn it. That was only 20 minutes too. Wow. Do we do that again, but better? It's really tempting. Wander always goes glass cannon. Yeah. It is a personality flaw. I described this, so this is actually specifically an issue that I have. Well, it's like it's preordained. I actually described this to Chimeric years ago when he called me out on it. He's like, why do you always pick, you know, offensive things? You know, you never pick defensive anything. Why not? And my answer was, because I'm fine until I'm not. And I stand by that. Let's not do warp. I find warp confusing. Orbital ain't bad. Let's see. So, a couple of things that would actually be decent here. Research is actually really good. But no. I really want to do Spectre. I feel like Spectre has the potential. But yeah, nothing can kill you if there's nothing to kill you. I think part of it is also, this game has a heavy tendency of death spiraling in a way that, like, I find a lot of the defensive perks don't really account for. They just go stealth long enough and they can't shoot their stupid little homing shots at me. They don't know where I'm at. No. They don't know where I'm at. They don't know my life. Well, there's Revelation. Which I don't think I ever actually picked, did I? Well, we want guidance. Or targeting? Targeting first. The strongest weapon in this game is crash damage. I really gotta do a crash damage run that actually works. Anyway, so I find often a lot of the defensive perks put off the inevitable death spiral, which is true and something I should probably invest towards, but I find once I've lost my shields and I'm getting battered around by like a ton of enemy shots, no amount of defensive perks really saves me from that, because I don't know how to respond. In another game, maybe it would be fine, but in this one, considering it's physics-based, you know, momentum and impulse direction and whatnot, you can't just like pull yourself out of a bad situation, especially where you don't even know where you are in a lot of cases. Grab convergence. I don't think we actually had convergence the last one. It's part of the reason why I don't bother with warp strike with this, is just get enough homing and it doesn't matter. Yeah, see, there, lost myself. I did not know what was going on or where I was going. Ultimately, it was fine. Ow. Okay. Let's see. There we go. I'm just gonna hide from these guys for a bit, because I'm taking too much damage again. Let's see. We want burst fire. Okay, sometimes I think I just have to go a little faster, is the easiest answer. Whew. This is a less immediately friendly start than the last one. But I'll make it work. We definitely want some shield regen if I can. Death Blossom is actually solid, but let's go regen first. Because I don't think we actually had regen on the last run. I don't think I saw it go by. I really wish there were some more ship-specific talents. I still think that would really change this game in a solid way. It might make certain ships too good, which is the one downside. Let's actually just reroll this. Let's see, Warpath. I don't think Warpath is going to change too much. Let's grab Volley, let's grab Focus Fire. Because we saw that Salvo is great. Let's see, let's grab Adaptive Armor. Honestly, Adaptive Armor is the defensive perk that I do need to pick up, because, like, no matter what... Oh, there was a train. Yeah, I wish there were more perks that specifically gave me a bonus to my stealth in some way, shape, or form. Because, boy, I would love to go, like, full sneak attack combo. Let's see. I could just go rapid reconstruction, but nah. Let's not. Let's actually remember to grab a couple of these things. Okay. And this time, let's also remember to just hug this guy's face. Especially with the Discord orbs, which do a ton of damage. Probably should have picked up Death Blossom. Oh shit. I should not be here. Okay. Didn't lose too much. These orbs can melt you real quick if you're not careful. Sneak Crash would be interesting. I don't know how that would work. I think it could be good. I just don't know how you do it. I think I'd rather just figure out how to snake well. Because that's the one build I've always been, like, really trying to do and perfect. But I've never quite figured out how to make it work. Is going snake and living. It doesn't. I have heard from a lot of people that going snake is actually, like, one of the best builds in the game. I have a lot of luck with, I I have a ton of luck specifically with engineer builds, which I think kind of makes sense. Ooh. My shields are down. Okay, there we go. Core shielding is huge. Sneak crash doesn't work. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. I wonder if I had defensive drones, if stealth would actually help. Okay, so we might want to skip Rancor. Hell, I might even skip charge shot. Good as it is, it doesn't work with the stealth ship, and I think I want to focus that more because I do more damage if I'm stealth. I hadn't actually thought about that, but I get a 250% damage bonus for firing from stealth. So I think I'd rather just really invest hard towards maximum projectiles. Let's see. Do we have Fusillade? We do. So I don't know if firing array is really that helpful for me. Let's see. I don't think siege weaponry is that good. In fact, I'm pretty iffy on most of these. Let's grab shield cooldown. Oops. Do not want to take that guy's laser to the face. Oops. Don't want to lose those either. Oh, I love the sound when everything breaks in this game. It's freaking magic popcorn. There we go. Okay. Don't want to burn too hard. Being to the side of this guy's butt is the real banger spot. Okay. Well, I don't think I was the one to kill him there, but whatever. Not gonna complain about it. 25% projectiles, +1 projectiles. Oh, it's the base damage for the projectiles it hit. That's why salvo is so freaking nutty on this. It's a flat damage bonus. And also it solves all of my aiming issues, because my spread goes away. They're still kinda there, but not fully. Ooh, Nova Drift. I've been jonesing to go back to this game for ages. I've just been too busy with everything else. I'm so glad we're here. I think we might want to grab flash shielding. Yeah, it's on sale right now. Oh yeah. Yeah, what is it? $8? $9? One way or another, it's super worth it. It's part of the reason why I wanted to go back to it, because it's just like, yep. One of my favorite games of all time. Gotta promote it. Light radius. Ooh, we should grab efficiency. I hadn't really thought about that, but efficiency is banger good on this guy. Ow. Just gonna scoot here. That's rude. Have to wait for my shields to come back. As a huge bonus to this ship, in my opinion, is being able to chill while you recover shields. Okay. not a lot of builds give you that kind of leeway. Unless, of course, there's so much saturation going on that you're in trouble. I'm really looking forward to the new drone mods. Me too. I am so glad. When this game came out, I originally thought it was actually just going to be a full release because Chimeric did not do the best job of advertising that it was in early access. Like, I legitimately thought it was maybe going to be done. And then it wasn't, and I was like, holy smokes, this is fantastic. And I kind of stand by that as being, like, one of my favorite surprises. Because this game has had so much promise and has delivered on all of it. I still think it could have so much more. And, like, I don't think he said that modding this game was, like, really ever in the cards, which is a bit of a shame. Because, boy, seeing some, like, some modded, talent paths for this would be something special indeed. Yeah, I can't mod on the engine it's on. Game Maker doesn't support it. I know, it's a shame. If we ever get a Nova Drift 2, boy, mod support would be amazing. Bah. 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 Okay, I think I just need to shoot at these guys. Okay, got my shields back. Whew, this is rough. This is by and far my least favorite enemy combo in the game. They're absolutely stinky. They cover a lot of ground really hard. Ow. They knock you around like nobody's business. Let's grab Juggernaut. I don't care about going fast. And in fact, the slower I am, hopefully... I wonder if it's based on a percentage. Or if it's based on just whatever your current speed is. They have to be going pretty slowly to be in stealth. I think it really depends on the build. I've definitely had some that just completely delete those guys. Recently updated to Game Maker 2 engine, which is why it has a lot of new features recently. Hey! Let's see. So, I don't think we really want to go Charge Shot or Rancor. So let's just grab Absorption. All the same. Oh, that was a projectile. Ow. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna lose the train, though. I think we're good. Ooh. Okay, there we go. I'm just as deadly to these guys, but those lasers to that degree is tough. Okay. What do we grab next? Singular Strike. Weapon behaves as though your projectile count is 1. Your projectile count beyond 1 is fused into a single projectile, strengthening it. I have no idea what this does. May suggest small short bursts of thrust. Retains hidden. Ah. Good to know. It's only up to 25. I don't think I want to mess with this. I want to see what it would do, but I think it would be a problem. Let's go for the shield durability. I have a lot of HP. It sounds like it could be either insane or ruin the build, and there's like no middle ground on it. But yeah, I don't know what it does with salvo. And I do not know what it does with the missiles. I think it would be really cool to fire out a bunch of, like, absolute chonker shots. For, like, a ton of damage. Okay, he's gonna spawn... Oh. And confuse the shit out of his entourage. Oh yeah, you're right. If I only do short bursts a little bit, we can just kind of bounce along. Originally, when you said short bursts, I thought you meant, like, fire in short bursts, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the missiles don't do that. I'm curious about Scorching Wave. But let's grab Guidance. Because it slows down my missiles tremendously, however, it should make almost all of them hit. As they get angry. Wow, that makes, like, a terrible noise. I love it. You know you're doing well in Nova Drift when your attack pattern sounds awful. Please die, sir. I guess the splinter shots aren't quite doing what I need them to do, but that's okay. Do I have snipe? I don't think I do. Should probably grab it. God, I love it when those just eat snakes. Okay, we want to pop through to the other side, but we don't want to actually go too fast. Most builds eat snakes. It's true, but explosives especially eat snakes in a good way. Oh, damn it. Holy shit. That went very miserably. Oh good. I took off some of its fingers. Fortunately, we pissed it off, so now it's just doing full saturation fire. It's a little tough to work around. Okay, did we get them both? No. He's only got one finger left, though, so it should be fine. Let's see. Firing array. Eh. Let's see. Reflexive shields. Kind of? I don't really want to... it's nice. It's there. We want efficiency. That's the one. Because that increases my regen and my... Oh, he's... Shit. He's still alive? He's still alive. There is so very little of him left, though. Okay, there we go. I haven't tried turret builds much. I messed around with a little bit the last, I think when Enemies 2.0 first came out. Let's see. That's gonna hit me. Or not. And yeah, I found, wow. That was kind of close. I found turret builds to be really, really good up until a certain point when they just started insta-dying and not coming back fast enough. I was having a little bit of trouble getting them to live. Okay. You use them with the shockwave shield. Interesting. I have not tried that one. Let's go for the concentrated burst. There we go. Collect our goodies. Okay, not take too much of that. There we go. I have not played this in a while, so my ability to control it is not the greatest. That's something I very much want to work on a little bit more. Oh, that didn't actually kill him. I'll take it. Well, do we want to grab velocity so I can grab snipe? Yeah, let's see what happens. Because we have lost a lot of projectile velocity. I don't actually know if that affects the damage of these things. Like, it's brutal on, it's comparatively brutal on the railgun. Like, you do not want to slow that down that much. It's worth it in certain cases, but still. Ow. No. Oh, train. I want my train. There we go. Got it. You cannot take my train from me. Ow. Well, that's what you get. Vengeance. Let's see. Garden allies will heal turrets indefinitely too. Neat. Let's see. So am I the only one who sees Nova Drift being a Vampire Survivors clone before, even though it came out way before Vampire Survivors? I mean, then you'd actually say, I would go so far as to say that this is the originator, to some degree, of a number of them. I do and I don't. Ooh, calibration. Calibration is solid. I forget, what does saturation fire do? Oh, wow, that's actually really good. I really need to do a siege engine build someday. Get over my fear of self-damage and really push it. But yeah, I mean, the true predecessor to Vampire Survivors is Crimson Lands and Magic Survival. Like, those two games are the actual predecessors that I can I can actually comment on. That is really convenient, being able to just confuse the shit out of this guy. Wow. I really gotta try this more often. Okay, before he starts doing the charge, and since he doesn't know where I am, I just have to not be where he is. That hurt, but I got some, I've got some defensive abilities. I should probably stealth up for a while until my shields come back, though. Huh. That's interesting. If the kind of flower mooks, woo. That hurts a bit. If the flower-shaped mooks don't know where you are, they'll just shoot randomly. I haven't seen that before. Ow. Ow. Okay, let's just see if I can take him out. He's almost dead. There he goes. Okay. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to really start pushing, like, burst fire, a couple other things, but still. Can't get over how the biggest indie title of 2022 is a $3 game that's so simple. I mean, it's getting a lot more complex. Like, I'll give Vampire Survivors a ton of credit for really proving that, like, you can do some wild stuff with high explosive. You can really do some wild stuff with early access if you're willing to commit hard to consistent updates and whatnot. and whatnot. The rockets in this game as strong as you remember. Yup, doesn't look like there've really been any nerfs. Which is actually something I really appreciate about this game, that it's mostly so intentional. There were only a couple of nerfs early on, and then the game itself kind of has just been expanding laterally. Like, I definitely remember some major nerfs in regards to, like Warp Strike, for example, because of me. Price isn't really the question most of the time, though. I think, so we're talking about, Vampire Survivors being $3. I think Vampire Survivors being $3 is 100% a factor, and a very important one. Specifically because there's a lot of games that are constantly very expensive, in a way that makes them kind of unapproachable. You know, I play video games for a living, and even then I balk a little bit at paying full price for most of them, because it just doesn't seem worth it to me. You know, I bought the collector's edition of Horizon Forbidden West, and I played through the whole game more or less the week it came out. And it was okay. And then I was done with it, and then I was just kind of like, yeah, that was an experience. And then I just haven't been back, nor have I had the... Nor have I really had the desire to engage with it. Even though there was more content that I hadn't done, tons of side quests, and, you know, like, objectively it was a good game. It just wasn't one that, like, really had much staying power. Whereas, like, Vampire Survivors, I feel like I'm going to load back up again every couple of months for a couple of years. And so, like, barrier of entry is a very important thing I don't think a lot of developers talk about. It's part of the reason why I think Hollow Knight was so successful. You know, not a lot of people really care about Metroidvanias. Prior to Hollow Knight, it was kind of a niche, but otherwise pseudo-dead genre that only certain people really engaged with. Let's see, Winnow. Probably grab Force Armor. But otherwise it was kind of this weird niche product for platformer aficionados and nothing else. Vampire Survivors is this decade's Isaac. Keep coming back for more. It could be. I'm still thinking somebody else is going to take the crown. As good as Vampire Survivors is, there's room for improvement. Like, frankly, if you guys haven't tried Brotato yet, that's another one worth an ogle. I don't necessarily know if it's going to take the crown because it's too different. And maybe not quite as relaxing, but Brotato in 20 minutes, 20 minutes till dawn, and I mean even Nova Drift, are kind of conclusive in my head for games that do a lot of what Vampire Survivors does, but with certain systems that are more compelling. You know, I love VS and the evolution system and whatnot, but I do find... Jesus. I do find it to be a little repetitive, and I know there's the... Oh, what are they called? Whatever the unlockable starting power-ups are. Do we want to do Incendiary Strike? I don't know if it helps that much. I don't really want Firing Array, but it's not terrible. Yeah, let's grab Discord. I don't have a whole lot of wild mods, but it's always good. I wonder if you played Lobotomy Corporation. Yes, I have. I've never finished it. I got to chapter 6 or something. Or maybe not chapter 6. I unlocked 6 different departments. Whatever you want to categorize that as. I think I made it halfway as far as the number of days go. But I don't exactly remember the amount of days fully. Jesus. This is maybe too much. Okay, I think I just need a salvo here. Because otherwise I'm going to die. Or I died. Damn. I just didn't quite have the fire rate to deal with that. That was a good run, though. But yeah, what I'd like to do specifically for Lobotomy Corporation is do like a season 2 of it where I just almost kind of treat it as like a journal. Record the whole damn thing of me just playing it through and then cut it down and do like a... almost treat it like a journal or something. Because as much as I love Lobotomy Corporation, it is very long, a little bit repetitive, kind of grindy, and a little painful when you make a mistake. And that's tough to do as far as like a series goes. It is what it is, though. I don't know, that was a ton of fun. Do you want to do another run? Let's do one more and then I'll stop. Or one more set of runs. One good one.